This is going to be a bit of a short one because there's not all that much to say about this, but I really wanted to make this segment to draw some attention to a at least important to me thing. You see, another content creator in this space recently had a pretty severe life tragedy happen to them, and this is somebody who I have respected for pretty much as long as I've done content on YouTube. He has traveled the world and been on the ground in war zones. He has been shelled by the Russian military more than once, all to inform people and expose injustice, all the while volunteering to help save lives. He has gone with volunteer groups to save stranded pets. In, I forget what the name of the town was, but in Ukraine, there was a dam that was bombed by the Russians, and it flooded, like, an entire, like, area. And in that area was a town that got completely flooded, and so Dylan volunteered, and they saved a lot of the pets there. We're of course talking about Dylan Burns, you know, leading into it. Dylan Burns, highly respect the guy. He is someone with balls of steel who has done so much more. Like, this is a place where the standard for being a YouTube or internet journalist is Hassan's content. You know, like, don't get me wrong. I actually really respect that Hassan went and interviewed the convict firefighters that are helping to stop the LA fires. I think that's actually one of the most W things that Hassan has ever done, actually. Like, that was real journalism, I think. I'm glad he cut down on the Gucci before he went out there and said, and I quote, I am closer to you than any of these billionaires are. That line made me laugh, and I'm glad that he left the Gucci at home for that line, because would have been a bad look. I think he would have been called out for that by those guys on his stream. Regardless, though, I respected the hell out of him for doing that. Regardless, this is a space where, you know, Hassan's not a very good journalist, okay? And Tyler Oliveira is not a very good journalist, if you can even call them that, right? But that's the standard for journalism online. And yet Dylan Burns, someone who absolutely does not need to do this to succeed on the internet when you consider what the standards are, puts his boots on the ground in war zones and countries that are actually going through real dangerous times in order to do real journalism, where he interviews soldiers and civilians and like volunteers and people working with nonprofits, and he is an actual journalist. And he puts in a level of work and effort that I'm sure all of you respect it, but man, take it from me as a content creator, there is a lot more that goes into it than you can even imagine. He is a diligent, hard worker, and he does not deserve what has happened to him. Because the other day, he put out this tweet. I lost about everything in a house fire. Lucky the roof didn't cave in. You could see the house burn for miles. I know because people were coming off the highway to check out the smoke. I lost my cat Rascal I've had since I was 7. I'll be busy for a bit rebuilding. Life goes on. So, rest in peace, obviously, to Rascal, Dylan Burns' kitty. That is probably the biggest tragedy of all of this. The absolute worst case scenario is when a life is lost in a situation like this, because everything else could be replaced, everything else could have money raised for it, but that's something you can't go fund me back, and that's probably the biggest tragedy in my mind of this whole situation. I am very, very sorry to Dylan that this happened. He also posted some more images if you want to get an idea of how bad the situation is. This is his most recent tweet on the situation. Fireman gone, got to go through it. Nothing left, camera gear, electronics, family recordings and pictures, personal documents, mother's urn, everything. Won't post any more pictures, it's all the same. I'll see you all when I see ya. Thanks to the firemen who came out to do what they could. I don't know if, I think Dylan's in Ukraine right now. I think Dylan might actually be in Ukraine right now, physically covering the war. And I think that this might have been something that, like, someone here, like a neighbor, might have sent him. I don't even think he was there to recover things. He might be, though. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been fully caught up on things because I just got on Twitter for the first time in like a week today, and that's how I found out about this. That's why I'm a couple days late to letting you all know. But I know that a fair amount of you aren't on Twitter either. I don't know if Dylan has uploaded a video about this. I don't think he has. So a fair amount of you guys had no clue that this was happening. And like, dude, listen. When you're a content creator, there's a lot of downsides to the attention that you get on a general basis. But when something like this happens, the trade-off is that you should have a lot of people coming out to rally support for you. And so that is what we're going to do. I've seen that Heem, Lycan, Horseme, and a good few other people I recognize are in the comments boosting Dylan's posts. I am going to go ahead and link you guys to Dylan's dono links. I don't know if he has a GoFundMe, unfortunately. Honestly, running a GoFundMe is kind of pointless, to be honest, considering that Dylan already has a route through which you can support him financially. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop the link to donate on Dylan's website. And since Dylan's site is it? Yeah, it's also a White Leaf site like mine. I can tell you that this is the best possible way that you can donate to him, because it is going to result in the least amount of money being taken by, as a transaction fee. When you donate through YouTube, like 50 to 40 or something % is taken as a transaction fee. So if you have money to donate to Dylan, do not do it on YouTube. Do not do it through Twitch. Do it through anything he asks you to do it through specifically, or when in doubt, go to his website, dylanburns.tv/donate, and donate there. That is where you're going to have, like, the most of your money that you donate will actually go to Dylan, and it won't be poached for transfer fees. I have no money and I feel like scum. No. You do not need to feel bad if you have no money to support Dylan with. It's fine. That is okay. I recommend that you just go send some nice words. Maybe go leave a like and a retweet on Twitter if you can. Simply boosting any video or post of his or mine or anyone else's talking about this to bring attention to it helps in some way, and it's totally free. You don't need to feel bad if you can't donate, to be very clear. But if you have money to donate, I'm just saying, Dylan's right there, and over the course of the last 6 years, he is one of the most respectable people in this entire space, in my opinion, and I think he absolutely deserves your financial support after this disaster. He has been doing God's work out there, okay? He did not deserve this in the first place, so he definitely deserves your help. I put the link in both chats. Hopefully, my editor will also remember to put the link to his donations for his website down below in the description of this video when it goes out as its own thing. But if he doesn't, then remind me and him through the comments section, and as quickly as possible I will add it and pin it as a comment and stuff if that gets lost in translation between me and my editor when he uploads it. But yeah, please help out Dylan, because this is a disaster, okay? And I could not think of... There are very few people I could think of that deserve it less. Like, this situation is fucked and undeserved, and I hope to see some of you guys... I donated Dylan. Thank you. K-Monster, you deserve to feel good about yourself for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Send some support to Dylan, guys. Seriously. He could probably... Like, right now after that, like, any amount, even if it's $1, is probably going to be appreciated. Anyway. I really don't know what else to say about it. I just wanted to give a little bit of attention to this, bring a little bit of awareness, and to put out a video about it as well. Obviously, Dylan's links should be down below in the description. I highly recommend you go check them out. Now is a really crazy time in everything in America, in politics, where at a point now where we got to help each other, you know? When one of the largest and most not one of the largest and most influential necessarily, but when one of the most well-doing political content creators out there is in trouble like this, we gotta actually put in some effort to help out, right? And so if you're watching this video, go check out Dylan's stuff. Go subscribe to him. You know, find free ways to support him if you don't have any money. I would really appreciate it. Obviously, you can do the same for me, but I'm far more would appreciate if you did it for Dylan. That is what this video is about. Thank you, obviously, for watching, and thank you to everybody who goes out and sends some support to our homeboy and friend of the channel, Dylan Burns. Just a fuck situation, man. It's rough, buddy.